So today, you guys, we are going to be creating a cozy mid-century home in my favorite world of Oasis Springs, but more specifically in the neighborhood of the Bedrock Strait. Is anybody else super stoked that the Sims team has finally added neighborhoods to the existing worlds that were in the game prior to all of the expansions and yada 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 that got them? Let me know in the comments down below. I just really love having the diversity of the worlds and being able to claim a particular neighborhood my own. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Anyways, long story short, this home isn't just any home that we're creating on a whim. This home in particular is for my single dad creative sim that I did either today, a few days ago, or hopefully within a respectable time frame of this video. Oh my freaking goodness gracious, you guys. I am literally obsessed. And when I do these like sim home combos, it makes me wish that I could do my own save, create my own save, because I absolutely, and I know I'm a little biased here, but I would play these Sims. I would totally have a freaking field day. My only like, what is it, qualm, I guess, is that a word? We're trying to branch out a little bit, all right? My vocabulary is very small, but I will say it is expanding over the years. Anyways, long story short, my only qualm or my only issue is the ability or the fact, I'm sorry, that I almost died, almost choked to death. I don't know if you heard that. But I was like, anyway, my ability to build. Now, I know that's really ironic in me saying that because here I am literally doing a speed build, but like, honestly, you guys, it's super friggin' hard for me. But I feel like with experience, I am getting better. And I feel like at least with these videos, I feel like I'm starting that process. I don't know. Anywho's, if you haven't watched that creative sim, I highly recommend that you do so because I am going to be kind of talking about our Sims' backstories, and that might be a little bit of a spoiler for you. So if you don't care, then just stick around and I'll talk it through with you. So anyway, this home, oh my gosh, it is small. I know you're looking at the floor plan and you're probably thinking, Jen, you either go too big or you go too small, sis. Like there literally is no in between. But I do really feel like it's super important to express to you why it is the way that it is. First and foremost, why did I create another green home when I did like 3 days ago? Well, Raj's favorite color is the color green. And now I do realize that this is kind of a little redundant, so I do end up inevitably switching up the color to a more like robin egg blue or like a light navy blue, but of course it's up to you and you can totally change it. And in the interior, originally I go with a more lighter color palette, but then the more that I'm thinking of Raj, I'm also thinking like this guy doesn't really care about aesthetics too much. Like, obviously, I want his home to be a reflection of him. So that is when things start to kind of change. The roof of this home was a literal freaking headache. I'm not even kidding, because I started doing like little bump outs and little extensions here and there where I needed them, because originally I was way too optimistic about fitting an entire living room, kitchen, and dining room in that small little space that is quite honestly probably the size of his bedroom. So some additional back history on Raj. He is obviously a single parent. And the reason why he's a single parent is kind of, in essence, a mystery. And that is because his wife, which he is still technically married to, just one day up and left. She disappeared. She left their son, I think he was like 1 at this time, Aarush, with the nanny, and never came back. So when he returned home from work, he literally was so confused. He's like, where's my wife? Like, where did she go? And the nanny had no answers, and she was never to be heard from again. Obviously, there's been so much gossip in Oasis Springs, and if it was up to him, he would totally pack his ish and just move. But this home means so much to him. He has, in theory, raised his son here. I mean, granted, he's like only 3, but this is home. This is where they gather around. They enjoy their meals, watch their TV shows, and he also works from home too, which you will kind of see here in a few minutes once I get my ish together, because oh my god, figuring out how exactly I was going to lay out this living room, I was like, oh, I did it. I built this entire home, and this is where I'm going to scrap it. Have you guys done that? Like, you'll get to a certain layout in a room of a build that you've done, and you're like, nope, this is trash. I just gotta, like, you can't, like, was it problem solve? Like, I can't problem solve. But I forced myself to do it. Because I'm like, trust the process. Just keep building. It'll all come together. And you know what? Bish, it did. It sure did. So yeah, anyway, as I was saying, he works here. He does the thing. I forgot actually what I was saying because now all of a freaking sudden I'm like, girl, where did I leave off of? Like, pause. Anyway, yeah, he works from home. This is where he's raised his son. This home literally just means everything to him. And even though sometimes living in this neighborhood it's a headache, he loves it here. He really does. And I love how cramped and cozy it is. I haven't played test this house yet, so there might be some flukes and errors. But by the time you get it on the gallery 10266, it'll be ready for you to play. So went with a lighter color palette, as I've previously mentioned. I do actually darken up the brick. This is probably one of my favorite brick palettes ever. Like, I just love how light it is, and just kind of, it's not like, dense or super complicated. I also really do like the fact that I had that brick match the bathroom. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, damn it, why did I change it? But that's okay. Even though I still stuck with browns because that's pretty much what I'm known for, it's different, and it is so different. Like, even though this is a mid-century home and the interior is a little traditional in essence, it is still just different, and it does reflect the exterior of this house, which, oh my god, I'm so freaking grateful for. Creating the master bedroom was definitely fun. I kind of was picking and pulling through a bunch of different beds. I decided to get rid of that window there because although I loved and appreciated the extra light, which is absolutely stunning in the mornings and the afternoons, I felt like it wasn't necessary, right? And so originally I was going in with an aesthetic that was not reflecting Raj's personality at all whatsoever. So I ended up changing that. Here's his little computer desk with chair. We have a pin board, which actually move into the kitchen. We've got a bunch of paperwork and stacks of notes and stuff because, again, a lot of the time, especially with Aarush, being so young, he does have to work from home, and thankfully that is an option to him. So we're kind of cluttering up the kitchen a little bit. I do change this, like I said. I add in like a little painting or something along the lines a little bit later on, and we're going back to the master bedroom. And this is the point in time where I'm like, you know what, girl, just stay true to you. Don't be afraid to just kind of stick within the lines. You don't have to always branch out and do things different. Although I love the way that this bedroom looks, it isn't Raj. It just isn't Raj at all whatsoever. So playing around, switching up some things, I really do love the light. I love the use. Okay, let's just back it up. I love the use of the different wood tones that he used. I love how it's like light in his bedroom, and then in the living room and stuff, it's kind of dark. What am I doing right now? Okay, I really loved, okay, there we go. Perfect. That was it. That was like the aha moment for me. I'm like, I really love this dresser, and everything else that I tried, I felt like just didn't fit at all whatsoever. I was going to put a mirror here, but unfortunately with the way that the windows were looking very similar to said mirror, I decided to ditch that all together. I throw in my favorite potted plant. Okay, literally I cannot create a build without these. And I just try to juice it up a little bit, keeping it very brown, keeping it very neutral, keeping it very just chill. I do add in a clothing rack that I really liked as well. I kind of envisioned this, since there is no closet in this room, I kind of envisioned that clothing rack kind of being where Raj hangs up all of his suits. I don't know if I show you guys, or if I show you, why am I brain farting right now? If I show me doing that to you guys, you know what? This is all sorts of wrong. I don't know if I show that part of the clip, okay? But I'm just letting you know it is there. So this is Aarush's room. I don't think I've ever used this wallpaper before, but like accompanied with this really fun floor, I just feel like it is the perfect room. I'm not sure if I end up getting rid of his little like doggy teddy bear thingy, but I don't know why that I did. It's kind of annoying. I'm just thinking of a whole bunch of different decals and ways that I can juice it up. But unfortunately, when it comes to toddler rooms, your girl struggles a lot. Like, and by a lot, I mean a freaking lot. So I feel like even though I've already like concluded, see, I did add it in, all that stuttering for freaking nothing. Even though I've already concluded the build, I do feel like I'm going to go back in and kind of add some final, like, finishing touches. My biggest fear is like just cluttering up a room too much to where it's like unusable, but you know what, we'll save that problem for another day. Anyways, for the kitchen area, we're kind of getting done with the interior. They do have a goldfish too, by the way. I just, Raj can't have the commitment of having like a dog or a cat, even though I'm sure Aarush would love that. So right now it is a fish. I don't know what kind of fish they have. Let me know in the comments down below, what kind of fish do you think Raj Raj would end up purchasing. But yeah, we're pretty much done with the interior. I did want to like go and transfer the pin board and add in some of the some of the postcards of places that Raj has traveled, because he's a businessman, and even though he's a code monkey, he does do various coding for different companies, not companies necessarily, but like different platforms or yada yada yada, whatever, all the geek speak. But once we move out to the exterior, the landscape, that's when things get a little fun too, because I actually really love playing with different, I guess, like, flowers and plants and yada, 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 so on and so forth that I typically do. Just adding in some interior lights that kind of just match the aesthetic, the vibe, and we are pretty much done. Like, I don't know why, but I feel like this is so different from what I normally build. Like, I just do, and I like that. I feel like I made a little progress here today, even though it was really hard for me to, like, get it out. I did it. But yeah, here is the exterior of the home. Originally, I was a little jaded by how I was going to put this all together. But I try to do too much. I try to make it pretty. I try to make it like, just like what's it called? Like give a curve appeal. But then in reality, I'm like, you know what? No, this ain't working. So I end up like actually scratching everything that I'm doing right now, and I kind of use some more wood-based tones. I get rid of the obnoxious little planter pot thingy, whatever the heck that is, in the window, and I switch things up a little bit, just to kind of make it all look very like, consistent, I guess. So I'm switching up the roof because I did not like the gable roof at all. I just thought the way that it looked just made it look kind of dinky and cheesy, and it just kind of like ruined the bag for me. But this is when I was like, you know what, I'm going to start switching things up. So we're adding in some cacti, we're adding in some very low maintenance. That is the key to this household, because your boy don't got time. Low maintenance plants. And then this is also when I'm like, you know what, now, like, I need to start switching some things up, because it ain't looking right. Obviously, we got to fence the backyard because, just toddler's problems. You know what I mean? We've got a 3-year-old. We don't need him wandering off into the river or something bad happening to him. So we have a nice little enclosed space, which I definitely decorate very lightly. Also, Raj sometimes, you guys, does ride his bike to the office when he isn't working from home. So that's why that is there. He isn't like huge into fitness or anything like that. He is totally rocking the dad bod, by the way, which I think he does very well. But it's just like another means is like transportation. You know what I mean? And yeah, I guess if you want to get technical, it does add a little bit of exercise. And yeah, so that is kind of what the exterior looks like. It does get better. I'm adding in things quite quickly, and this is when I was like, aha, girl, you got this one in the bag. Now, I don't know if I told you guys or I talked to you about the whole save file thing. I feel like I did, but I've also done this voiceover like a million, gajillion, bajillion times. But if I did already talk to you, then ignore me. But if I didn't, watch the Create a Sim, because I actually go into detail there as well. So we're just adding in a little terrain paint, and we are ready to call it a damn day. Anyways, you guys, I hope you all enjoyed this speed build, and if you would like to download this bad boy, it is available on the Gallery Agent 2606. And with that said, I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do, boo. Don't forget to go ahead, comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below where the sun doesn't shine, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.
Things they fall apart.